What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all. This is going to be my Lamar Jackson video because I was supposed to get around to doing this immediately after the game that they played, right? So the other day, the Baltimore Ravens defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers by a score of 28-14, and this score does not indicate how dominant like that Baltimore Ravens offense looked. Seriously, spearheaded by Lamar Jackson. That first half of football, it showed why Lamar is the MVP, most valuable player in this NFL, without question to me. First half, he was 13 of 15. He had 13 completions on 15 passing attempts. He had 144 passing yards, 64 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, with 146.3 passer rating. That's outstanding. For real. Now, Derrick Henry got busy too. But I'm going to say this. In that third quarter, Derrick Henry goes on a 44-yard touchdown run. And on that play, it shows you why Lamar is the MVP. Lamar shifts the entire defense to him, to where Derrick Henry can run, got an opening, and get off. Because they're all focused on him. He's such a threat. People are so afraid of him getting off. What he going to do? He's a threat with his legs, with his arm. They trying to stop him at all costs. They focus all on him and forget about Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry able to get off. Y'all, like Lamar he threw for over 4,000 yards and nearly had a thousand rushing yards on the season. Yeah, what he finished with 915 rushing yards, almost a thousand rushing yards. I don't think nobody ever thought we would see a quarterback be able to throw for over 4,000 yards and run for 1,000, nearly 1,000. Seriously, that's incredible. If he don't got Derrick Henry, he run for 1,000. And Lamar is getting better and better every time you see him. This is much better than the MVP season he had last year. Much better. You know? And I know people are they're going to use the what do they call it? Voter fatigue. You know, we tired of voting for him. Somebody else got to win. No, man. You got to give it. He balling like that, give it to him. You know, but it's the same thing that they did with Michael Jordan. They got tired of Michael Jordan consistently winning MVP. The conversation was, we got to give it to somebody else. We got to give it to somebody else, right? And so what I believe, Charles Barkley won one year, but Barkley was hooping, though. Barkley was hooping. And then, was it Karl Malone won one year? But Malone was hooping, too, for sure. But there were always an argument that Michael Jordan should have been MVP during the seasons that he was playing for real. And I think right now people are tired of voting for Lamar, so we got to figure out a way for it to be somebody else, which is why Josh Allen has, got to the forefront. And I'm not trying to shun just Josh Allen. Josh Allen had a great season. He had an outstanding season for sure. And people can make a case with him saying, hey, he only got 2 guys on offense that's probably Pro Bowl type players and all of that. Had a great season. I'm not trying to doubt that. And he had a great game yesterday. He did. He played, they balled out yesterday. So I'm not trying to take that away from him. But what we're seeing from Lamar Jackson is extraordinary. It is not of the ordinary. It's something different. Lamar plays in a tougher division by far. Lamar played in the AFC North, so he playing against the Steelers. He playing against the Bengals. The Browns not good, but the Bengals and the Steelers were both above 500. And the Bengals were not that good this year, as normal. But they were always a threat and always in games because of the monster numbers that Joe Burrow puts up. And it puts pressure on Lamar to be extraordinary and exemplary. He got to go out and put up numbers. He got a ball when he playing Joe Burrow, because Joe Burrow is lighting it up all across the field. So it put pressure on Lamar to get out there and, you got to make something shake. And he did when he played them, man. For real, man. He beat the Bengals twice. Right? I think, twice. He beat the Bengals twice. He beat Josh Allen and the Bills once, right? He beat Justin Herbert and the Chargers. He beat Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. He beat C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans dominantly, without even throwing a whole lot that game. So when I'm looking at Lamar, man, like, what? 175 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He did most of his work in the first half, but that was all he really needed. Derrick Henry had 186 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. But when I'm looking at what Lamar is doing, I hope I wasn't saying DeMar. What Lamar is doing, Lamar is outstanding, man. He is a defensive nightmare for a team, and you got to sit and you got to prepare for dude as best as possible. That's why Mike Tomlin said I got to call him Mr. Jackson. Cause he said that earlier, in the season, like, yo, this dude he's something different, and he's very easy to root for, very easy to root for, man. Let me say this too. He broke Mike Vick's career rushing yards record as a quarterback, right? He broke Mike Vick's career rushing yards record as a quarterback. First quarterback in NFL history to throw for 4,000 yards and rush for over 900. So, and I think at some point he gonna get that 4,000 passing yards, 4,000 passing yards, 1,000 rushing yards record. I think he gonna get that. Because again, he's just super hard to game plan for. And I liked in that game, let Lamar be himself. Let him run. Because last year in the playoffs, they act like he was not a running. He wasn't a guy that could run. They could use his legs. Let him use his strengths to his advantage. If they can't stop it, let it go. Let him play. You feel me? So y'all can make because again, he needs this Super Bowl run to cement his legacy. For real, if he win this Super Bowl and he get another MVP, he first ballot. First of all, you get another MVP, you first ballot regardless. But I think his legacy is cemented if he wins a Super Bowl. And I think that's all he got. He got a long career to play, of course. You want to win multiple. But for right now, to stamp him for real, is to get that Super Bowl victory. That's the only thing he's missing on the resume right now. And I'm rooting for him to do it, man. There's a lot of things to like about Lamar Jackson. Just a cool dude, cool brother, man. But as a black man, I got to say this. I appreciate a brother who is professional, but also unapologetically black. What do I mean by that? Like, there's nothing wrong with code switching, but like Lamar doesn't do that. He refuses to do that. He gonna wear his grills. He gonna wear his locks in his hair, braids or locks, whatever. He gonna represent how he like he from Florida, and he doesn't care about how it comes off, how it comes across to people, how it comes off, but he's still professional. He's professional, respectful, but at the same time, he's himself. When I've made videos in the past, I've talked about Major League Baseball players and them feeling like they have to talk like, gee willikers, Ashby, gosh, posh, oh my God, oh Jesus, but Jesus, Zetus Lapidus, oh my God. A lot of them feel like they have to talk like that in order to fit in order to be accepted. Tim Anderson was a person who did not do that, though. He talked like himself because Tim was a black man that grew up around black people. And Lamar Jackson, a black man that grew up around black people, he's not going to talk like G. Willikers. Oh, gosh. Gee whiz, that's not him, and he doesn't feel like he has to do that in order to be himself, in order to be a football player, in order to be a quarterback, because they feel like, a quarterback has to be quarterbacky, meaning they have to be just sit in the pocket and throw all day. But I also think when people say that, they mean they have to present themselves in a certain type of way, and a pristine image where it's just, no tattoos, no grills, no clean haircut and all of that. Like, a clean cut, not locks. Lamar is clean, but he got locks, braids in his hair with a grill and goes out and balls and plays great for Baltimore. And again, man, brother got 4,000 yards on the season, 4,172 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, only 4 picks, right? He got more passing yards, more touchdowns, less interceptions, higher completion percentage, higher passer rating than Josh Allen, all of that. He is the league MVP without question. Salute, brother.